Okay, here's where we left off. Next section, it's door symbols. We talked about walls. You need to see where the walls are, so you can differentiate from one room to the other. So we talked about there's different thicknesses. Some have maybe shading. Some might have added information to it, like if it's brick, if it's CMU, if they're thicker for plumbing purposes. So we talked about walls. Now, next section is doors. Not all the doors are going to be the same. If we look at this plan that we have here that we had opened, and it's on the book, you're going to notice that you have this type of doors, right? Which is that one. This is just drawn at 45, but it's same as that one. But then this door to get into the toilet, you notice it's different. It's a pocket door, and right now we're going to go through the doors of what's in the book. For example, again, not all the doors are going to be exactly the same. This one, folding doors. There are four doors to get into the linen closet, but they're different types of doors. This one here in the closet, they're sliding doors. So the doors are going to be different. The opening might be, I mean, the purpose of a door is the same, to get to one room to the other or to have access to a room. But the doors itself, they're different, just like in real life, just like in your house. Not all the doors are exactly the same. So when you draw them, you're gonna have to also have to draw them with with a symbol that the door should be in. So in other words, each door is drawn differently because it represents a different type of door. So let's go to the next one. For example, here you have double doors. You have a door here. Okay, and where I need to get to is, let's see what this has. Well, we'll get to that in a bit. Here, but before I do that, let me go back. I want to share something with you. In commercial projects, you more than likely will have, and let me show you this. This is a plan for the STC building T, I believe. And let me zoom in. It's not as clear, but so this is a commercial. Oops, this is a commercial project, and if we look at the doors, every door it's gonna have the room number, and every door is gonna have a symbol right there. All right. In commercial projects, you will have legends, not legends. I'm sorry, schedules. Okay. So you will know the size of the door on a commercial project. They're gonna have a symbol, and then that symbol it represents something, or it represents the actual door size. In other words, you can't find the size of the door from the plan because you need to reference to the schedule so you can get the size of the door or the type of door. If needs a window, if it needs what type of frame does it need, what type of material would it be, that information you're gonna find it in a schedule, in a door schedule. So on the plan, you're only gonna see symbols. Okay, right there, right there, right there, and all the doors. Okay, same thing for the windows, which we're gonna discuss in the next video. Windows right there, see, they have a symbol. We don't know the size of it, we know nothing about it, we just have a symbol. Again, this is on commercial projects. On residential projects, let me go back to, which one is it? This one. On residential projects, more than likely, they're gonna be like this. You will have the do we have it here? Let's see if we can get it here. Okay, now this has a symbol. This has a symbol. Floor plan. No, it's a symbol. Okay. Well, let's go back to this one then. Oops. Oops. There we go. See, I cannot rotate this because it's an electronic copy of the book, but you have this in your book. Now, in residential projects again, you might not have symbols for door schedules. Okay? So when that happens, you put the size of the door on the actual door. For example, again, here's hard to see it because we're seeing it sideways. But for example, there's a door right here, and let me try to zoom in if I can. No, I can't. And it has numbers there. It has a 2868, and that's the door to go out from the garage, or to come in from the garage from the backyard. Okay, so the door has a 2868. This garage door has 16070. Let's see, this sliding door 6068. Let's see, this door to get into the bedroom, it's upside down, but it's 2668. Okay, again, in residential projects, more than likely you're gonna have them like this. What that is, it's telling you the size of the door. It's not dimension, but it's the size of the door. Okay, now how do you read those? You need to figure out, or not figure out, but you have width and height. Okay, width and height. First you have to figure out the width and then the height. Okay, now let's look at this door here. You have 2868. The first two numbers are going to be for width, the last two numbers for height. So we're looking at 28 is the width, 68 is the height. Now those are not in inches. They are not. Okay, this is how you're going to read them. 2 feet 8 inches by 6 feet 8 inches. All right, so 26 in reality is 2 feet 6 inches, and 68 is 6 feet 8 inches. So this door is 2.8 in width, and height is 6.8. 6 feet 8 inches, 2 feet 8 inches. Look at the garage door. We have 16070. What does that mean? It's 16 feet 0 inches in width, and in height is 7 feet 0 inches. All right, so 16 feet 0 inches in width, 7 feet 0 inches in height. So width and height. This one, 2668. What does that mean? The width of the door is 2 feet 6 inches, and the height of the door, which right now we're not seeing until you do an elevation, it's 6 feet 8 inches. Okay, so that's how you read it. Same thing with the windows. Okay, so keep that in mind. And residential, you're gonna see them like this. In commercial, more than likely, you'll see the legend, or not the legend, the schedule to find out what the size of each door. Okay. Now let's get to the different symbols, and I'm going to do it on the book because it's more thorough. And again, I'll go fast because then you guys can look over the book. This is what we talked about in a bit, or in the previous video. See, you have your 8-inch concrete wall, and then your first. So here, this is like blow up section, not blow up, but just a little bit clear of how the wall it's drawn. Brick veneer, I think I showed it to you. And so this is a stud, and then the brick veneer, it's outside. And there's a note right there. It talked about shading, which we discussed. Be careful with whenever you have a wall that that is not going all the way to the top. For example, let's look at these examples. See this wall, how this wall comes here, and then there's an opening right there. So it's like it comes down. There's no line right there. That tells me that this wall, it goes all the way to the top, same as this one. Now it could be different heights, but it's not a low wall or half wall. When you see it like this, even though if you don't have that shaded, but if I take away this that is shaded, still you see a part of the line right there, correct? That means that this is a half wall, and in this case has a note, 4-inch high room divider or whatever. Okay, so whenever it doesn't connect, if you draw it like this, and you forgot to trim that part, it'll be understood that this wall is lower than the rest. So just a little wall, again, little line makes a big difference. Again, you need to know what is it that you're drawing, because it might be misunderstood. Actually, I saw it here. Let me go back. I saw it somewhere here. Was it this one? Yeah, right here. See right there? On this restroom, you have your toilet, and then you have your bathtub. And you see that wall right there is not shaded, and it has a piece of a wall right there on top, so it's not connected to that wall. And then it's right there, 42-inch wall. That means that this wall doesn't go all the way to the top; it's just 48 inches high. So in other words, if you're in a tub, if you look this way, you'll be able to see the sinks, or this area, because this is a half wall. So it makes a difference the way you draw it. So you need to know that. Going back to the doors. Okay, briefly, because all right, you don't want to put the door right at the edge. Again, why? For framing purposes. You cannot. How are you gonna attach it? So you need to have some sort of at least three. I do four minimum. You can do six. Again, depends where you want to put the door, and that's how you're gonna attach it. And then you put your door. Now, what is that line right there? That's your seal. When you're if this is exterior and you're in the interior of the house, when you walk outside, you don't walk on the same plane. You walk and then you step down, right? And then here's where you go. The threshold goes. So water prevents coming in and animals and the air conditioning purposes. So this is the seal. So you have to draw it. Some students don't draw it, so that tells me that when they're walking from the inside to the outside of the house, it's the same plane. It's just like this one here. See how it steps down? This right there, it's that. See, so when you walk outside, you go down. Okay. This one doesn't have it. So what does it tell me? This interior. See, the floor is exactly the same. There's no up and down. There's no seal. Now, when you're drawing doors, always try to draw them. Again, you're a designer, so you have to think about spaces. Where can I put the door that so that it gives me more space for my room and the door doesn't take too much space on the wall. So usually you want to put them close to where there's a 90, not necessarily 90-degree wall or angle, but close to the edge. That way when the door opens, it stops here, and not only that, but it gives you access to all the room, and you have walls here that you can use like that for beds, windows, whatever you need to put. Okay, just like this. See how it opens inside? Don't put it the other way, because if it opens this way, then when you walk into the wall. So it always opens towards the wall. All right. Let me see. And again, each door is drawn differently. For example, I think one of the plans that we saw at the beginning of the video, there for the restroom was a pocket door. This is how it's drawn, and this is what it is. So the door opens into the wall. So you have to draw it, that cavity, and then the wall going in. So if you want a pocket door, you have to draw it the way it should be, so the contractor knows what is it that you're trying to, what type of door you want there. This one's here. They're sliding doors, or bypass doors. See, you have to draw them right there, and then it goes down, and another one. That means that door goes that way, this one goes that way, or vice versa. Now this is what it's inside. I think we covered last time. This solid line is the shelf. That center or hidden is the rod, which is that right there. There's a rod and then the shelf. And again, go to your closet. You probably you can see them. And or if you want bifold doors, okay, they look like this, and this is how you draw them. So it depends what doors you want. That's the way you're gonna have to draw them. Okay. And you can go through these. I'm not gonna go for all through all of them. So it's very self-explanatory. If you want a door that swings both ways, like in kitchens or those old movies where they just the double acting door is a swing. It swings both ways. You're gonna have to put it one solid, the other hidden, showing that it does go both directions. Right. All right. So again, here just different types of doors that you can draw. Here's a garage, which we have seen. That represents where the door's going to be when it's opened, and accordion doors. So again, whatever door you're going to use, you're going to have to draw it to the actual symbol that it represents in real life. Okay. So read on that. Again, you as a designer, you need to know. So when you're looking at rooms and you look at the rooms and they have different shapes or different symbols on the door openings, it's not that it's wrong. Maybe that's the door that they're trying to use. And when you're designing, then you have to put the actual symbol that represents the door that you want in that area. Okay. So just to recap, on commercial, more than likely you can have door schedule, which means you can have a symbol where the door is in your plan. And on residential, you more than likely you will have numbers there on the door next to the symbol of the door, which tells you the width and the height. Okay, I'll stop it there, and we'll do windows next.